feel sort of a little bit ashamed asking this question, knowing how liberal and how Catholic you are in your outlook and how much of a citizen of the world you are. It's a question I cannot help asking. Why do we find that the angriest Muslims in the world live in come from Pakistan? Not all Pakistani Muslims, but still, if you look at the record of angry Muslims discovered around the world post 9/11, even before that, how come so many of them come from Pakistan, whereas Iraq was invaded, Afghanistan was occupied, continues to be so in many ways. Palestinians have a grievance, but the angriest Muslims are in Pakistan.
I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that. I think there's anger that is in many, many Muslim countries today, because I think the Ummah feels targeted, and targeted essentially for 9/11.
Right.
And the Ummah, as a body of millions and millions of people around the world, had nothing to do with that. So I don't think that comment is, if I may say so, is fair.
No, you, I mean, it's wonderful if you disagree with that. Because it's easy to agree with those formulations these days.
Yes, but in my view, that's really not the case.
So I'm happy if you agree with me, but I'm happier if you don't agree with me, because it's a better story, frankly.
Yes.
Because then we get into an argument.
No, I don't.
An intellectual argument.
I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct. And you know, I would go further and I would say many of the conflicts we see today have got nothing to do with faith.
Right.
They are the children of political mismanagement or worse.
Or frankly, lack of intellect and
or lack
questioning.
of intellect. The driving background in many of these situations is political. But then what happens is that there's a faith dimension which is attached to it.
Right.
But it's not born.
It comes sort of handy.
It comes handy.
Yes,
You can mobilize more people, you can argue the case differently.
If I may use a sort of shortcut, it's a force multiplier.
Yes.
Or a fuel.
Yes. So I tend to stand back and say, if I really analyze these situations, were they issues of faith? No. They were generally political issues. And you can take most of the issues that are there today and you can track them back to a political dimension.